we're going to explore a really fascinating question. And it all starts with a very common experience.
So I want you to just take a moment and think about being on an airplane. After that initial climb, once it gets up to cruising altitude, it just levels out for the trip. And everything becomes so steady, controlled, consistent. The drink on your tray table, it's not even rippling. Up in the cockpit, the pilots aren't constantly pushing the nose of the plane down just to follow a curve. And you as a passenger, you don't feel any of those little adjustments, to try and match some kind of changing surface far below. In fact, the whole ride, it just feels smooth. The sensation is that you're traveling over something that's completely flat. So this book, Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth, takes this very observation, and it asks something that most people have never really stopped to consider. You see, there's a conflict here. On one hand, you have the actual experience, which feels level, and on the other, there's the structure we're all taught, a constant curve. So the question is this: if the world does in fact curve beneath the plane, why isn't that curve something that the pilot has to constantly follow?
And we're not talking about an occasional adjustment. We're talking about a continuous correction.
It would have to be, right? Because the surface below would be changing its angle for the entire flight. But again, that's just not what we experience. The flight feels totally level, from the beginning all the way to the end. So, that brings us to the central question this book puts forward. If curvature is really a part of the structure of our world, why does flight feel exactly like it's moving over a perfectly level surface? This is just one of the many questions explored in Flat Earth Uncovered. For anyone who is curious to explore more, this book is available now on Amazon. You can find it by searching for the full title, Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth, written by Sue West.
Simplicity is not weakness. Observation is not small. And truth often begins with what is clear. This book invites you to start there. Click the link to get your copy of Flat Earth Uncovered, 100 Questions That Challenge the Round Earth by Sue B. West.